Hello everyone, and as you can tell by the title of this video, it's time for a little update. So if you've been watching my channel a while, or if you haven't, I made a video a while ago talking about outgrowing young adult fiction. Basically, I was not having a good time with young adult books. I went through a period where everything that I was reading I was either not finishing, or I was finishing but then giving it not great reviews and ratings, and a lot of it was starting to feel the same, which is a very big trend that happens in young adult. Everything seems to be kind of rigid in what's popular. You had Twilight, and then for a while vampires and werewolves were all the rage, and then you had The Hunger Games and Divergent and that whole kind of dystopian take down the government series as that came out. It didn't feel like young adult was moving anywhere, and that there was that kind of new trend, so to speak, that was coming in to kind of make it a little bit more exciting. So to sum up my last video, I was really bored, I was not enjoying anything, and I basically said that I was going to move on and start reading other things, and in terms of young adult, stick to the books from authors that I knew I was going to like, and basically experience other types of literature that are out there. So I kind of moved on to adult fiction. And this is where things got interesting, because I tried to go for stuff that I wouldn't necessarily enjoy, because I found in the past that a lot of things that I've turned my nose up and gone, oh, I'm not gonna like that, I've turned out to really love. See, recently my review for All the Good Things, a book that I requested, thought would be alright, and just completely blew me away. So there are some factors where doing this has worked, because without doing that I would have missed out on some really good adult books. But for the most part, I felt the same feelings. I was just bored. So I don't know whether the issue was with young adult as a genre, or whether it was just me going through a slump, but not a I didn't want to read slump. It was just a nothing is really exciting me slump, if that makes any sense whatsoever. And we may only be in June at the point I've made this video. It's June, but I think this is the year when I have DNF'd the most books, and I did a massive unhaul as well of lots of books that I didn't finish as well. So it's not been a great reading period for me. So as you can probably tell from the other videos that have been on this channel, and if you follow me on Goodreads and my other social media, and if you read my blog, you will see that I have done a terrible job of moving on from young adult fiction. Literally, like, I have read so much of it so far this year, and I've also read a lot of middle grade 9 to 12 children's books as well, but I just went crawling back to it like the person who's wrong in an argument when the dust has settled. I just went crawling back to it, and I haven't really moved on again since. I just seem to have kind of just gone back to young adult and started reading it. And there have been some ones like The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli, which have been so good and I've loved so much. So they're still very few and far between, but I'm just hoping that now that it's June, there's a lot more of the, I don't want to say good books, but it tends to be around June, May when the big push of books comes out, and then again September, October for Christmas. So I'm hoping that a lot of the releases that are coming out are gonna start to pick up again, and that we're gonna have a lot more good content coming out again. I've been focusing mainly on getting my TBR down because it got absolutely ridiculous. I got like 10 books for Christmas, so I've been slowly trying to get that down, and I'm at 9 books on my TBR, but if you count the ones that I'm currently reading, it's 11, because I'm listening to an audiobook and then I'm reading a book as well. So to try and get me back into a reading mood, if it is just one kind of weird reading slump that I'm in, the house editions for Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone just came out to celebrate the 20th anniversary, so unashamedly I am reading Harry Potter again, because one of the best ways to get out of any sort of reading slump is to reread one of your favourite books. And the first book isn't my favourite out of the series, but I have read Half-Blood Prince that many times that I don't think I can reread it at the minute. So I'm hoping that that will kind of re-spark my love for books again. So basically, this was a very long-winded way of saying I haven't moved on from young adult. I'm still very much trash when it comes to young adult books. So if you have any tips for maybe different things within young adult that I could try, or just different genres of books in general that you think that I may enjoy, let me know in the comments below. And also, what are some of your favourite young adult books that you're reading at the minute? Are there any new ones that you've read that have surprised you? Let me know as always in the comments below, and I'll be back with a new video soon. Bye!